echoed in the shadow of an immense crystalline hive of iridescent glass was a bizarre scene stuck in the time of dark gold. Sophina ripping her chest open, glyph-marked bees pouring out of her ribcage, and Beatrice holding on to an explosion forever fixed in place. The sky above what was left of Ideology Town was shaped with pincushion distortion. The air, heavy with the scent of entropy, seemed to be confused, swirling and curving as if inside a snow globe. The ruined streets followed strange spherical patterns and were perpetually collapsing in on themselves. It was a world turned inside out. Untouched among the ruins stood a sprawling Gothic structure with towering spires. The wrought iron gate was open, an invitation to walk the little paths of the neglected garden overgrown with weeds. Shapes were moving behind the curtains of tall, ornate windows. Shadows seemed to carry whispers of long-forgotten madness. The old sign had the inn crossed out and spelled Sane Asylum. Somewhere inside was Echo, its purpose a riddle the Delvers were determined to solve. This might sound strange to you, and it is, but what else they were gonna do? Go home? What home? This is it for them.
Well, I guess this is it. I'm not one for fancy words. So he pulls out a crumpled note from his pocket, and then he kind of looks at it, and he's like, "Nah," scrubs it away, and he just says, "Look, it's been a pleasure delving with all of you, and I know Sophina would be proud of, what we're all doing and that we're all finishing the job."
Yeah.
You make us sound like we're going to die here.
I was just thinking, are you okay?
We're just going in. We're going to tell Echo, can you make everything all right? And then it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just saying. I want you to know. I don't tell yous enough anyway.
I think Sam's going to kind of do like a one-arm hug, be like, yeah, we know. And I probably come up to like your chest.
Malik gives him a pat on the back.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Seeing this, Neve's just going to sort of run in and hug both of you quite tightly.
Oh, God.
With her creepy witch strength.
Yeah.
We don't hug enough.
That's... Yeah, no, I mean, that's good, Neve. That's good.
You got you.
Yeah.
Ow, you bony. Yeah, and Sam's going to kind of like pat the back of your head, and you can see he's like visibly uncomfortable, but he's trying to not be uncomfortable with this. In that, like, you can tell he's like, yeah, he wants to be more affectionate than he actually feels capable of being. Yeah, that's nice. Can you let go?
That's good. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
That's better.
Yeah. Maybe we'll hug when it's over. Yeah.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Malik gives Sam a bit of a concerned look.
No, we're good. We're good. Like,
no, yeah, you're right. I'm sure we'll be fine.
As you say, we'll be fine. There's a scream. A naked man's body falls out of one of the windows on the top floor. He falls onto the spikes of the metal rod gate and is pierced in multiple places and immediately stops moving. You can see he looks a bit emaciated. He's got like overgrown beard and hair twitching in his final death throes. As you're saying, we'll be fine.
Moon beneath, did you see that?
where did that guy even like come from? I'm going to look up and see if I can find.
On the third floor, there's a person-shaped hole in the glass. You can kind of feel commotion behind, but it's mostly behind heavy curtains, so you can't quite see inside.
Our robot man? Do you think?
Oh shit, yeah, because he like was like a he massacred all those people, right?
No.
No?
That's what Silas said.
I think they asked him to.
You think the people asked him to
Well, he might have made it,
dissect them?
he might have asked it wrong, but he seems like a nice person.
I love your faith in humanity, kind of.
Mallet would like to just look at Sam very briefly and kind of lean in and quietly. Neve can probably still hear this. I think they quite openly talk about how weird she is. And he's like, is this just Neve being weird again, or what?
She does kind of have a thing for like, like the lost and the broken and the made up.
Yeah, but Neve, what are you talking about?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe people asked to understand the human condition and then Echo dissected them to help.
That's so like visceral therapy. Let's take you apart to make you understand how you work, but just with a scalpel. If that's true, that's fucked.
Okay, when we meet him, no one say anything, like without thinking. I know what we're
Yeah.
like.
I could just ask him for everything to go back to how it was, you know?
Back to how it was?
Yeah,
Would like get Sophina back and stuff?
that'll probably work, yeah.
Maybe just be wary. It's you saw what happened to the last person, and you heard what happened to everyone before.
Yeah, and this guy, and I'm gonna kind of wiggle the arm of the guy speared on the fence. But that couldn't be him.
Yeah, I wonder what he asked for.
I'm gonna touch his forehead. Hey, dude.
I mean, he looks very dead. The warm blood is still pouring out of his multiple punctures.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of uncomfortably tightly grip his skull like through his hair. What's going on in there? I'm gonna ask him the question.
You're using one of your abilities.
Yeah, I can ask a question of the dead before they pass on.
Okay, interesting. I'll tell you this. This doesn't work,
Oh right,
and it
okay.
freaks you out somewhat. Your ability implies that there is this duality, of life and the death after, and that
Okay.
there's memories, and that there's. It's not like this guy doesn't have that exactly, but it's just all. There is a language there, but it's just completely foreign to you, and you can't get anything out. But you not being able to get anything out is almost more telling. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's
Like
something,
a fly in trying to hit a window, trying to get through. It's like,
Kind
this
of,
isn't
yeah.
working.
They're-
Like it's trying to, yeah.
There's something off.
Okay. Wait, just give me a second. I can do this. Hang on. If you don't look at me, it'll work.
It doesn't work.
Shit. And usually it's just kind of like you poke them and things happen, but this time this is like
You know,
Something's
it
not
it
right.
happens to people sometimes, man.
shit. Can I go up to the door and put my ear to it?
The door, I'm assuming you mean the front door of the
Yeah.
asylum.
Yeah.
It just kind of smells abandoned,
Oh.
sounds abandoned. The door itself it's not actually locked, it's closed, but it's moving a little bit because of the wind as it keeps pushing it in, and just kind of like keeps hitting,
Mm-hmm.
not being able to properly close.
Well, shall we? I put my hand on the doorknob and push the door open.
You see the door open onto what looks like a very long, endless corridor. Doors and doors and doors on right and left hand side. This very like clinical hospital corridor with what looks like rooms for patients,
Mm-hmm.
probably. The only detail that isn't this clinical, and there's something sad about like state-run facilities
Oh,
like
tell me about
this. The only thing that stands out and isn't like that is the ceiling. Maybe this is because this was a repurposed old mansion or
Mhm.
something, and the ceiling came from like the rich people who used to live here. But the ceiling is this beautiful, continuous painted fresco of very pastoral scenes that mostly focus on flowers and
Mhm.
these somewhat distinct, but you're assuming this is some artistic license, but there's almost like some mark on these bees as they pollinate and spread pollen. You can see far in the distance, what looks to be this building is painted as well.
Okay.
Like the main focus is the fields of flowers. But it's clear that this is supposed to be pretty close. And the flowers then kind of end up and as the scenes morph and continue, they end up everywhere. Like there are children bringing them inside this place, put them in pots. There's people smelling them with big smiles on their faces. There's, that kind of thing. It's nice. It's pastoral. It's not creepy at all.
Okay. Wow. They had a budget. This is cool.
Looks like Safina's bees.
Oh yeah, they got that thingy on the back.
But isn't this place meant to be like the center of the heart?
Yeah, like the hardiest heart that's hearted. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's meant to be like. Well, shall we? We go in.
Okay, you go in. It's kind of dark. There's no lamps that are working. I'm assuming you have some kind of torches or lamps or something that you can turn on.
Do any of the doors have like labels or like markings on them as we go past them?
They seem pretty identical as far as you
Okay.
can tell. The longer you look at the ends of the corridor, the more it's just not there. This corridor seems to stretch for forever.
Okay. Sam's gonna like put his hands to his mouth and just be like, "Hello," but very quietly. I don't think he actually wants to really call attention to himself, but this silence is not good for him.
You hear a very tiny echo from behind you.
I get shivers. Do we just keep walking?
Should we make a plan? We're not big planners, delvers,
I
We're
mean,
not delvers who make plans.
the heart that kind of confounds plans. That's sort of how we've survived. I always figured.
Yeah, just make it up as we go along and hope. Yep.
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 Yep. I guess we try a door.
Yep.
Neve just wanders up to not a random door, very specific. Like she walked
Mm-hmm.
a good few paces through down this hallway and then picked one on the right.
You open a door. You see a uncomfortably small room. Inside, there is one lamp that illuminates the scene. It's dangling from the ceiling, so it's a bit. You're not seeing everything, but maybe that's for the best, because the main thing that you're seeing is what looks to be a woman. She is naked, she's wielding a knife, and she looks desperate. And she is crowded by what looks to be copies of her, but they all have this slightly slag-jawed mannequin kind of vibe to them. Like they're basically perfect copies of her. But just something isn't right. There's a bit of uncanny valley going on. And she's fighting them, she's stabbing through them. As you open the door and let in light from your side, she looks in both horror at you and also this weird embarrassment. So she just runs towards the door and pushes it close. So the door is closed again.
That wasn't Echo. Do we just move on?
I guess what
Do you want to help?
do we want to help that? I
She might
don't know. She
be
seemed to.
working through her own troubles, metaphysically.
I'll take your word for that one.
Yeah. Can I just try the door again and try and open it?
The same door.
Yeah.
Okay. From what you can tell, it's the same room,
Okay.
but now it's dark. There is only light that you are bringing with you. You definitely don't
Okay.
see the woman.
I look in the corners of the room with like what light we've got. There's nobody else here.
Unless you step in properly. I would say you're not seeing anyone in the corners, but
Yeah.
you do see that the floor is basically just all covered in blood. Like
Oh,
old
okay.
congealed blood. It's just very sticky. It smells very irony.
Ah. Oh, what is this? Okay, well, at least she's not here. Shit, I hope she's okay.
Jeez. That looks old. That blood.
Yeah. I'm going to shut the door and open it again.
Okay. You hear in the dark, and it feels a little wrong because like I said, this is a sad little patient room. It should be quite small,
Yeah.
and it sounds further away than such a small room would allow, if that makes sense.
Oh, right. Okay.
But in the darkness, it's hard to say the proportions, so maybe they have changed also. But it feels like there's something further in the dark, and they're whimpering or like they're making some kind of sad noises.
Oh, God, that's so sad.
Mallet would say, hello? Hello, you can come out. We're friendly.
If we've got like a little lantern or a lamp or something, right?
Sure.
I'm just gonna light a little bit of paper and just like chuck it into the room and see if I can spread a little bit of light just enough to glimpse whatever's going on.
In the middle of the room, maybe 30 feet in.
Yeah.
So definitely something wacky is going on with the proportions. You saw what looked like Silas. And
Oh.
you saw what looked like the woman that you just saw fighting with a knife. And it looks like he's cradling her.
Oh my God, Silas.
Yeah, Silas, is that you? I think Mallet would enter the room
Sure.
at that point to head towards Silas. Have we got a light source with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mallet's going to illuminate the...
It's just like walking in a nightclub, just like.
Yeah, the floor is very sticky.
Oh.
Silas doesn't seem to acknowledge you much. And there is something strange to him. He's looking a little like something's a little off with him. He's cradling the body of this woman who seems to be alive, but she lies in his hands and is like explicitly trying not to make eye contact. Like he's trying to turn her head towards his face, and she just does everything to avoid that. And he's just mumbling, just look at me. Just look at me.
Silas, dude, what the fuck?
Ever since I was born, no one would look me in the eye. I don't know what was wrong with me. I felt always alone. I have never held eye contact with anyone. It would just elude us. It would never. I read about it in books. I saw people do it to each other. And then I saw if I could. It was the only thing that I ever looked me back. And then it ran away. I had to follow it.
Are you talking? As he's saying this, I'm kind of like trying to get into his like line of vision. Are you talking about our metal man?
As you get into his line of vision, as you're saying, you do see that around Silas is a bunch of dandelions grown on the floor.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna touch it, like brushes them with his hands. Have you ever noticed flowers just know how to be? How do they know when to turn into seeds? Why don't I know what am I supposed to do? Every flower knows when it's time. How does it knows what to do and it just is. Do you know what I'm saying? No one ever knows. No. It knew and then it ran. What was I supposed to do? Not follow? Why did it run? But it looked me. I remember we shared.
Is he looking still past?
He now looks. I would assume that the camera movement that you suggested is like kind of still going on.
Yeah.
And as you gain a bit more vision of the room, you're seeing both these dandelions, and then there is a figure that this Silas turns to. It's, as far as a body goes, it's very similar proportions to Silas's. But there is a metal face with what looks to be a really beautiful but still two-dimensional paint job of features.
Oh, wow.
It almost makes you believe that the eyes move and the features move, but it's definitely just a painted thing on some metal. And you see Silas's hand touch the forehead at
Mhm.
first, and then his hand goes a bit down to where the chest is, and it unlocks with a little click. It unlocks this what looks to be the metal box that has the insides of the chest,
Okay.
and there is one singular dandelion inside. He blows on it, and it's like suddenly there's a snowstorm. I would say, Neve, I think you would get this the most. You're a very sensitive soul.
Sure.
As you're standing in the room and suddenly there's a snowstorm of dandelion seeds, you are lost. Your friends aren't here. You're in this foggy place, and then suddenly you see them. Sophina's still there. You see Mallet. You see Sam. You see all your friends.
Safina! Like, I guess Neve kind of knows this is all wrong, but still wants to hug Safina, even though it'll hurt her because her bees sting, but they don't hug enough. Like, no one in this group hugs enough.
They don't pay any attention to you. They're on the job as usual. They're coming out of this tunnel, and you're standing on what looks to be a bridge. And you're reaching out towards them, but you can't quite move. And they're not really paying attention to you. And it's all your friends. There's also you there, and there's this woman. You're not recognizing her. She's wearing this wedding dress and a big hat that she's holding, and you.
I'm just gonna run up to Safina and try to hug her, I guess.
As you try to move towards her, part of your body moves forwards and extends in this sharp thing, and you just shoot out this needle. They're running around and shooting at you. They're trying to fight you.
Oh no.
They don't understand.
I'm putting a lot of two and twos together.
Yep.
Because I was remembering that dandy flower, dandy,
Oh my god, yeah, the giant dandelion. I
Dandelion.
forgot about that.
on the railway bridge, and how we met an angel there. And this angel sacrificed its life for the group.
There is Mallet hitting you. You try to hug Mallet, and he just hits you with his hammer.
It's just when Mallet got absorbed into the angel.
All they wanted was a hug.
They are too distracted by trying to keep fighting you, and they just don't notice that there's a train
There's a train.
that lights them up from the back as it comes out of the tunnel. And you see all of them try to. Sam does escape into the gray, but the rest of them, they're going to be hit. They're going to be
Yeah.
killed.
There isn't a solution to this. It's like, well, I didn't want to die like this. This wasn't exactly what I wanted to go out like. This sucks.
It really does.
It really sucks. But she's got to do that, I guess.
There is a crash. You're broken into a million pieces. But then there's a comforting, even though cold, hands on your shoulder. It's just you and Echo. In the meantime, Sam and Mallet, you saw everything up to the dandelion snowstorm. And then as it was over, Neve isn't in the room with you anymore.
Neve?
Neve?
Did you see where she went?
No, it was just that like dandelion storm.
Can I look outside the door?
You see the corridor.
Mallet.
Neve?
Is she there?
No.
Mallet grabs Silas. What did you do? Where'd you go?
He's unresponsive.
What the fuck? Neve? Yeah, I'm going to go out into the corridor just to see if...
She can't just disappear.
I mean, maybe she can. I don't know. Maybe that's like a thing.
Can Mallet grab Silas again and this time like turn his head so he's like looking forcefully into this guy's eyes and being like, what did you do with Neve?
He's just mumbling. He's not really responding, and he wouldn't meet your eye.
Ugh, it's useless.
Fuck this. Go out and try another door.
As you open it, you don't feel your body anymore. You feel like you're floating in space. It's a very strange, not necessarily uncomfortable sensation. It's just new. You don't feel necessarily like Sam either. You feel very free to be whatever. And then your eyes open, but it's... Did you open them or did they just... It's hard to say. You're not sure if you're in control or not. Maybe you're just groggy, but you see yourself stand up and walk to the bathroom and wash your face. You definitely don't recognize your face. Your face is you're just bigger and bulkier than usual. It looks familiar though. It kind of looks like Mallet.
Okay.
And you watch, and now at this point, you're pretty sure you're not controlling the movements here. You are silent passenger. You try to put some input, and it's just maybe you're not trying it right.
Okay, that's kind of terrifying.
But you see Mallet put on clothes and go about his day. And then, well, I guess Mallet, you can tell us because this is the last day that you met your daughter, the last day that you spoke to her. So we'll cut to Neve. Neve, you are alone in the room with Echo. You see the painted features on the metal face.
Are you Echo?
Yes.
We were sent to find you.
I know.
Silas thinks you're going to end the heart.
Is that what you want?
No.
What do you want?
What do I want? I want my friends back. I want this all to go back to before we ever accepted this job to find you.
In front of it is this. It almost looks like a bunch of dough. This fleshy kind of goo. And it starts to make shapes with it and then takes one of your hands and puts it in the process to kind of involve you and is showing you how it works. It's beginning to make a shape that might become Sam or Sofina or Mallet or even yourself or your friends from the village. It's just this mannequin at this point, but there's still features that could be added.
We could make Sofina, but she doesn't have the bees. So then I can hug her properly.
You see the hands go at work and almost like 3D printing this figure. It looks like Sofina.
Okay. I hug Sofina then. You're back.
Neve, finally, I've been waiting for you.
That's good. Yeah. It's great you're back. We can show Mallet.
Yeah, that'll show him.
No, he wants to hug you.
Only when we're done spending time together.
Yeah.
Can we cut to Mallet? I know I put you on the spot with the daughter thing, but what do you have?
Okay. So Mallet was employed to work on a large railway project on the northern continent where him and his family are from. He was working on kind of on and off a couple of months. So he'd go away a couple of months and then come home for a couple of months. And it would be that kind of shift. But then he went away and then didn't come back for 5 years.
Oh, fuck.
There was news about this ill-fated railway project and strange things happening on it. His family assumed he was there working on that. And one day, 5 years later, Leah is now in her late teens. And Mallet just turns up one day, lets himself into the house, sits himself down.
Now, just out of curiosity, are you implying that Mallet was actually working on a project in the heart? Just you talking of a mysterious railway project. I'm wondering if it's the Vermissian Railway, the Pulse Railway around the heart, or was it completely unrelated?
Yes, so this railway project was always going to be like a failure on the continent because they were actually surreptitiously sending railway workers to the heart to build the Vermissian.
Yeah. I also think that we briefly mentioned the fact that as the project was nearing completion, a whole bunch of workers basically stole a train and ended up moving into the heart, like in the center of it, as opposed to building the railway on the periphery as planned. Is this something that you were part of, or did you leave because that started happening?
Yeah, he was part of the crew that commandeered this train and went against the foreman's orders. He was a fettler or a plate layer. So he was directly involved in building that track into the heart. And then one day, he's back on the northern continent.
Okay. Sam, you are there.
Yep.
You hear Mallet's argument with his family and with his daughter that is angry. You're trying to make him do something and he keeps saying the wrong things. It's really, it's
Okay.
like you're watching a play. Like, you know, when like a scene is based on misunderstanding and you're like,
Yeah.
if only this character could say the right thing, and you're trying to control
Yeah.
Mallet to do it, but he just
Yeah.
keeps.
Okay, I'm gonna try. If I'm struggling to get Mallet to do, I'm gonna try and swap to Leah. Because I'm thinking like I've done like trying to talk to people who aren't there before, and I'm trying to like, right, if I can possess her.
Okay, I'm into it. So Mallet, give us a taste of this argument. What are you in the middle of saying?
Well, I think the problem is that Mallet's just come in. He's been away for 5 years unexpectedly, and he's missed all of Leah's sort of formative teenage years. And he's just wanting to come in, and he's acting like nothing's wrong. He's come in, he's grabbed himself a beer, and he's sat down on the sofa.
Sam, apparently you're now possessing Leah. What do you say to Mallet?
So I am actually in. I've got full control of Leah then.
Sure.
Fuck me. Okay. Okay.
It's the last episode. I had to break your brains.
No, yeah, I get you. What are you doing? What is this? Like,
I'm back. I thought you'd be happy to see me.
no, you've got to come back. You can't just like be away. You've got to come back. You got to come back to the heart. You got to come.
Wait.
What the fuck is this? I'm gonna look around.
What do you know about the heart? Don't talk about the heart, Leah. I don't know what you've learned about it, or who you've been talking to.
Look, I'm not who you think I am. I get it, but you got to come back to the heart right now. You got to snap out of
I
it.
know. Look, I know you've aged, but you're still Leah.
No, I'm not your daughter. I'm not your daughter. I'm.
What do you mean you're not my daughter?
Oh my god, do you understand what's going on here?
Yeah, I've come home, and I'm just. I thought I'd come home. I thought you'd be happy to see me, but no.
I mean, I'd be happy to see you if like things were a bit better in circumstances, you know.
What's been going on? You can talk to me, Leah.
I know that this is like your house, right? I'm gonna do air quotes. I know that you think you live here, but this is not what's going on. You're delusional. This is just a fantasy, okay? We're not actually. This is not how things are meant to go.
Look, How do you think things are meant to go? I went away for work. I know I've been away. I know I've been away a long time, but this is still my house.
That was ages ago. Okay, well, that was the past. We're in the now. This is not the current now.
Yeah, but what's changed? How can something have changed that much? Why are you telling me that this isn't my house? This is my house.
Oh my god, this is not working. I've got to get back. I got to get out of here. Like, this is.
Oh, you got to get out of here. You want to leave now? Fine. Go
Yeah.
to your room.
To add to the confusion and chaos, I'm going to cut to the real Mallet, who just saw Neve disappear into a snowstorm of dandelion seeds flying through the air. Then you just saw Sam walk through a door back into the corridor. You follow him. It's an empty corridor. You don't see Sam. You're alone.
What the hell is going on?
As you turn around to the room that you've just seen, you see a patient in a mental institution and a nurse. You see this man clearly in distress and explaining things that he's seeing. He's seeing these warping landscapes. He's seeing time that doesn't make sense. He's seeing all these crazy, crazy things. And she's just she's not trying to be rude, but she has this like seen it all kind of look. And she just does nurse things, like she dusts his room a bit. She puts some new fresh flowers on the windowsill. There's a couple of bees that perch up there immediately. She turns to the patient. Right, yes. And there's a hydra. The person's like, again, clearly very distressed and trying to explain to her that there is this world where nothing makes sense. And it must be at least a conspiracy because other patients see it too, and she's not listening. Then she closes the door, and you are back in an empty corridor. Now I want to cut to Neve. Have you made anyone else, or do you just have Sofina at this point?
Oh, cool. Are you going to make some stuff, Neve? That sounds great.
Yeah.
You're great
Yeah.
at making stuff.
Yeah. I didn't tell you, but I met Iona back in the battlegrounds. But she wasn't like how she was. She was different. She was weird.
Yeah, she wasn't weird before, was she?
She was really normal before. So yeah, so I can just make her again.
You make her.
I make her again.
Wow, Neve. I never realized how beautiful you were. And you're so skilled with your hands.
She is, isn't she? She's great.
She's great. I love Neve.
I love Neve too.
Yeah.
This is just like how it was. Yeah. Okay. I can make everybody. I can make my mother.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't. I can make everyone in the village.
The whole village. Why don't you just recreate the whole village?
Yeah.
It's a big
And then
room.
I can make them not kick me out of the village.
Yeah, we can ask Echo to expand the room a bit.
Can we?
You watch Echo just kind of move its fingers, and the walls, they just go as far back. Then the ceiling goes so far and becomes kind of bluish like the sky. And it touches the floor and it becomes grass. And there's more like variation to it. There's hills, and it's a very landscape that you're very much used to. It's your
That's
village.
Great.
Structures are erupting all over the place, just recreating a model of your village.
I think it might not even be my village. Like, because it's coming, I guess, from the subconscious. She's correcting all the, like, things that made it her village. Like, that house was built on this land forever. But no, it's fixed now. It's a proper house. People could actually live in it. But it's lost all its character.
You're also very quick. You're making people as quickly as you want. You can just whip out the whole village in a minute.
This is great.
Do you want to make your other friends, the new friends from Sofina group? I never met them.
They're nice. They're about. You should
Yeah,
meet
they're
them.
lovely. You'd like them a lot.
Well, would you rather the real ones to call them here, or would you rather make new ones?
I mean, you could probably make better versions of them than anything.
Yeah, I feel like I'm better version than I initially was, because I was really rude to Neve. I always
You
just
were.
thought she was weird, but now I see that she's amazing. She's the best.
Yeah.
But I need to ask Mallet what his daughter looks like. You know? Because I've never...
I mean, when was the last time he's seen her? He probably doesn't even remember what she looks like.
You can probably do a better job than
Yeah.
than Mallet ever could.
Maybe. But I kind of want to see the look on his face.
Oh, wow.
Sam,
Yeah.
you are no longer in Leah. You find yourself back in the room.
Oh, thank God.
You hear someone on the other side of the door. Someone walking in. You hear like the sound of heavy armor that he's always wearing.
Oh, cool. I opened the door.
Yeah, you see Mallet's looking very confused, like he's just seen a ghost.
Oh my God, you made it back.
I made it back. You made it back.
Oh, this place is just fucked up. You know, you're really tall, by the way. I didn't realize you could see so high up. I was like
Wait,
inside you
what?
for a little while. Not like here, like back home.
Back home?
I assume it was your house. Like,
My house. My old house.
well, not your new one. I don't know. I described the house a little bit. Nice coffee table.
Yeah, I mean that's my house. What were you doing in my house?
Well, I was trying to talk. Well, it was you, and then I was trying to talk to you. I think I was Leah for a little while.
You
Sorry,
were-
is that insensitive?
You were Leah?
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Neve, but I think it's getting, the logistics of it all getting a little overwhelming. Village needed expanding because nobody wants to leave. It's perfect. But, you know, there needs to be people have connections to the outside world, at least somewhat. You know, somebody has a cousin who occasionally visits from the city. So you had to make the city, you had to make a bunch of people to be in the city. And
That cousin was really nice. He visited once.
yeah, so you ended up making quite a lot. I just want to check in at this level of escalation. How are you doing?
Being in charge of everything is really complicated.
Yeah, especially when you had to make the ocean. It was really hard to get the shape right.
I've never seen the ocean.
That would explain why it looks weird. But you know,
It's
because
just like a blue, like tiny little orbs. Like,
Is it not? It must be really tiring doing all of that.
It's a lot. I can't enjoy the world I've made because I'm making the world.
Well, why don't you just give it to me then, and I'll carry on making stuff?
This is bringing back flashbacks of Neve being asked a lot of questions while she was a cult leader. Yeah, she probably speaks her mind out loud completely now, just in front of everybody. It's like, yeah, no, that time as a cult leader was really difficult. People kept asking me questions. And it's a bit like now, but I guess now you're wanting to do stuff with me rather than ask me questions. But, like, I don't know. Is Echo around?
yeah, it's
Echo's
around.
enjoying this. Is this right? Am I doing a good job? Do you want to be my friend? Maybe that would fix a lot of things.
I find you pathetic and sad, so I would go with no.
What?
If you want, I could make a version of myself that would like you.
That might work.
And just kind of almost immediately makes a copy of itself, but this time there's a painted smile. I will leave you now. This will end very badly for you, but I hope
What?
I've learned something.
Have you seen Mallet and Sam? Can you send them here?
It clicks its fingers, and you guys see a door open in the corridor. And through the door, you see this pastoral scene of a beautiful village. There's a creek. There's, you know,
okay,
the birds are singing. The flowers are blooming.
this place is screwing with my head.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Is that Neve's village?
It does kind of have her style. All the squirrels are a bit short.
Oh yeah.
Look, that one over there is like kind of flailing around.
Oh, you just reminded me of the squirrel. Yeah, maybe Neve's in here.
Mallet! Sam!
We come
Neve
over the
calls.
horizon.
Yeah. I think that's Neve. Neve?
This
Can
is
I
cute.
also go towards their voice?
Sure.
Or are
Yeah.
they
And say you see them. They look really stressed out.
This is nice.
Wait. Safina?
Yeah.
No, this isn't right. You're gone? Well, you released your bees?
No, Neve made me better.
You made
Echo helped a lot.
Echo? What?
No, you did great. You did most of it yourself.
Am I getting any kind of vibe from Sofina that her spirit is actually in there?
I think you understand that she is not dissimilar to the other fake people that you've seen around the sane
Okay.
asylum.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah.
Echo made. Where's Echo?
I'm here. Well, I'm the helpful version.
That's helpful, Echo.
Wait.
Hi.
My other version was a little insensitive.
Yeah. Echo didn't want to be our friend.
He said some mean things.
Yeah.
What did he say?
That I'm pathetic. And that I'm probably, this is all going to end badly. Which seems,
That's really not good.
yeah, that's rude.
That's
Yeah, I didn't know he lied about that.
such a tepid fucking response from me there.
Does it-
bad?
Look, hang on. Does it matter what Echo said? No, where's Echo? This, I'm assuming helpful Echo isn't Echo.
Oh, Mallet, I just finished making your bedroom.
My bedroom.
Yeah, I was, working on the insides of the apartments in the city. So I just made so you can have your breakup with your daughter, just as you.
What did you just say about my daughter?
Oh, it's so easy to set him off. I did not mean to annoy you in any way. I'm just saying I've been working on the insides of the buildings because we kind of start with the outside and then fill in the details. Because it's a lot of work to recreate the whole world. So we kind of start with broad strokes and then we fill in the details. And I've just done your apartment recently.
Neve, what did you do?
It's getting a bit out of hand because I made helpers. And the helpers have made helpers. I don't really know who's doing what. I made the squirrels.
Yeah, we could tell you made the squirrels.
Sophina, I might need your help there. I'm really struggling with making the heart in this world because I'm trying not to make it miserable, but it keeps turning out miserable. But I'm trying to make it so Neve would enjoy it better.
Okay.
I might ask for hands.
Let's gather up a few of the other people and let's go and make the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're off to make the hearts. We'll see you soon.
All right, bye guys, later. Love you. Bye.
What, Safina?
Oh, Sophina, you can stay. I'll see you just in a bit. I'm just going to make the heart and the sane asylum within that heart. Ooh, things about to get real confusing. But I'll see you in a bit.
Bye.
They're gonna.
It's getting confusing.
How do you...
I'm not good under pressure.
Yeah, we know that. How do you stop it?
I don't know.
Do you have like a? You kind of helped make it. Can you help stop it?
We just leave. I don't really want to leave, but we could.
That's true, actually. Like maybe it just like. Maybe it'll just like keep. Maybe it's kind of like a scary cupboard. You know, if you just keep the door closed, you're fine. You don't have to sort it out.
Do you really want to... This isn't real, Neve.
How?
I don't know how you've done it, but you've made it.
Look, the sea is bad. I can say that. Like, it's definitely real.
There's like a tree that's just like a child's drawing of a tree with like a curly
Yeah.
Hey,
top
she
and
knows
stuff.
how to make trees. That's like the only. That's the only thing rendered in perfect detail.
This is just like how I remembered my village and all my friends.
This... I don't know how you and Echo have done it, but this isn't reality.
Neve, I love you. I'm just picking strawberries for our dinner. See you later.
I really love that permanent rainbow that's above the village.
Safina was never this chirpy.
What?
No, but like, you couldn't hug old Safina. You couldn't talk to old Safina because you might get a bit defensive and evasive.
Oh, I loved you really.
Whereas this Safina,
There was a very cheesy smile, which is good. From Safina. I mean,
Hey, Neve. I'm sorry, I'm Neve's mom. Are you her friends? Isn't it great that nobody went to war and everyone stayed here and helping us, older folk?
Yeah.
What's war? That doesn't exist here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no war.
this is a lot better than back before, actually, now I think of it.
Would you two want me to wash your clothes or something? You look a little disheveled. If you don't mind me saying.
I'm
No,
okay,
no, 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 no.
Mrs.
I can
Mrs.
make a
Neve.
new set of clothes for them.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
great idea, Neve.
I mean, I don't object to clothes, but like, I do a general gesture around. Like, what do you want it to be, though? Do you just want people to be like nice to you forever?
What do you mean?
Part of the like tapestry of life is that not everybody is thrilled to be a friend.
Well, whoever made that tapestry of life doesn't know what they're doing. I made a better one.
Do we have to like? I'm kind of getting the impression that maybe we've not been very nice to you sometimes.
The witch jokes were cruel occasionally. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. And like,
You do, like, even at the door there, you kind of just. You didn't, like, walk away to make comments about me. You just kind of did, you know?
that's true.
That's fair. We
You know what? Instead of making clothes, I could just make another Sam.
Yeah, just make him better.
I could bring Lucy back too. I didn't really get to talk to Lucy, but I could talk to Lucy now.
You could hug this one.
look, Neve, we ain't got time to make more copies of people. We need to find Echo. Where's Echo?
I don't know.
You don't know? You met
I
him?
met them. They're gone now. They went somewhere else.
We can't just forget about Echo because Echo's like real. We've got it. This is all fake. Like there's nothing real. I'm gonna hit her mom. No, in a kind of like punching way, but more in a like a, you know how like when you wave your hand through smoke kind of way. Like this person isn't real.
She looks very offended.
She's not real. This isn't your mom. This is just like.
Don't slap my mother.
But she's not your mom, and these are not your friends. And I go up to one of the friends and say like, this is not your friend, and I'm kind of just like,
These definitely are my friends. And my real friends would not slap my mother.
Exactly. You just come here and being very rude.
Perhaps
Very
you're not
rude.
my friends, really.
Look, we are your friends now. Come. And Malik goes to grab Neve and
No, these are my friends. You're not. And Neve is going to use her zenith and kick you out of fairyland. So to you, everybody in the village just comes up to you and like put their hands around you and just shoves you. And you all fall back through the ground, just reality warping around you. And eventually, you land back.
back where?
Where did they end up?
I
It's
feel-
your, just to be clear again, this is a zenith ability that's like, it ends your character,
It ends
but
my
it's this epic feat where you just can control whatever happens. So you push your friends out of your perfect world, and yeah, I'd say you're in control of where to put them.
Does it make sense to put them back where Neve, this all began almost, where Neve was finally comfortable? Or for the first time, comparatively comfortable in this setting? And that was before this all began. Before people got hit by a train, people got hit by an angel, and before she met her old friends who weren't her old friends. So back in a railway tunnel.
Back in the railway tunnel of episode 1.
Yeah.
That's a sleeper. We're on a track. And then he stands up and looks around, sees a tunnel, sees Sam, helps Sam up.
Oh my god, what just. Where the hell are we? Did she just throw us out?
I think she's gone. She's lost it to her own world that she's made there. This isn't. Why are we here though?
Where is here?
This is the. Do you not
Oh, shit.
recognize it? This is the tunnel.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
You can see the alcoves, the person-shaped
Yeah,
alcoves
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
side.
yeah. What are we gonna do?
Uh,
Do we go back?
I don't think that maybe we just head back to the town, but
You see the distant light that is the outside. I think you're a little too far away to see the details, but it's weird hearing your own past battle from afar, but you're hearing it.
Wait, can you hear that? That's.
I can hear
I
this shouting.
I remember this. Mallet walks along a little bit closer to kind of get a visual on it.
Yeah, you can use your
I can use his
lens, and
lens.
show Sam the group fighting the angel.
Yeah. Look, there's me getting caught up in it, and there's the angel moving towards Safina and Neve, and wait a minute, something's wrong. That angel is gonna get the train appeared. Do you not remember?
Yeah, but like, so okay, but like we gotta go like help them or something, right? They're us, and then if we get killed, then
No, I don't think we should interfere. Remember remember the train?
yeah, I remember the train.
Yeah, so I think if we just step aside a sec, so we're gonna wait a moment. You know, it feels like a long time, but it's actually not. Waiting for this train to appear and gradually getting a little bit more anxious as time passes.
I don't think there's a train coming. I think you wait, and the longer you wait, the more dire things are looking for Sofina and Neve out there on the other side, but I don't think any train is coming.
Oh fuck. Okay. Okay, so we have to help them then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start making my way down.
No, it's no good. There's not enough time.
But they're gonna, we're gonna die.
Mallet's gonna wait. I think Mallet's gonna lean down and put his ear to the rail, and he's like, "There's definitely no train. I think
We gotta do something though, right? We can't just leave this.
I think I know what I have to do."
What do you mean?
Mallet's gonna shove Sam quite violently into a person-shaped alcove, and Mallet's gonna use his Zenith ability, the last train. So Mallet, having worked on the runaway train in the past, he's got this ability, the last train, which says the last train arrives at your current position by the most direct and destructive route. Then Sam, from within the alcove, would just hear Mallet screaming at the top of his lungs, and the scream just goes on and builds and crescendos until it becomes the sort of scream of a train.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Screaming past the tunnel. And yeah, as Mallet becomes the last train.
Damn, yeah. I've never had a player become the train before, so I'm a little lost for words, but I'm assuming you come out of the tunnel and your intent is to save your friends from the angel. And then the angel's intent is to save your friends from the train. And you just meet and both crumple. Is this how Mallet dies then?
Yeah, this is Mallet's Zenith ability, so this is the end of Mallet. He saw Safina falling down into the sleeper, and he saw Neve there, and he was like, and he sees the angel coming closer to them, and he had to do something.
That's pretty metal. Now, Sam, you are the last remaining character on the boards.
Yeah, he's gonna get out of the alcove. Mallet,
I think you see from your side the crash, and I think you understand what happened.
Yeah, so he's just standing on the tracks in this dark tunnel, and he's just going to be saying like, Mallet, Neve.
There's echo. Not echo.
Yeah.
There's echo.
Sofina.
No response.
I think he's just going to look down towards where like all the shit happened, and then look the other way. And if there's like just a little glimmer of light at the end of the other tunnel, like tiny, I think he's just going to start walking towards that.
Is that where you want to end it then? Just Sam walking towards the light?
Yeah, I think he's just going to be... Yeah, he's just going to walk and see where this light takes him.
So there you have it, folks. A tale of hearts and minds, of words and echoes unraveling like a frayed thread. A history of a place where nightmares draw breath, where reality stumbles like a moonshiner and most solid truths melt like wax under feverish sun. In this realm, the only certainty is that, in the end, it all makes for one hell of a joke. A grand cosmic joke with a punchline that's always just out of reach. And the heart simply beats on, indifferent and eternal. Did we learn anything, maybe? How the visions of these dismissed as mad, the whispers of broken minds can become a tangible realm. It's extraordinary, really, the power of the mind to twist reality. But take Silas in his lonely quest for connection, his futile attempt to reach out to a world that never met his gaze. What did he get for it in the end? A hole in the head. And the Delvers, they came searching for a purpose, but what they found was their most private pain reflected and amplified across a warped landscape. And as for Sam, the last man standing, what did he find at the end of that long light-filled tunnel? Redemption? A mirage? Maybe it don't matter. Maybe it does. But Sam's not here to tell us, and so the heart keeps its secrets, as it always has, and as it always will.